I think the right is even worse because they don't respect the rule of law anymore, and they certainly don't respect democracy. Whether we will ever really have another election, we don't know. The fact that when a Republican wins the White House, life goes on the next day, it's fine, it's perfect, no problem. If a Democrat wins, they just go apeshit and make up a lot of shit about how it wasn't a real fair election, which is all just fucking made up. And you guys and you kids who think that that's all cool, you should own that and do a little more research.
That was just the Biden one, though, right? I personally saw no evidence that it was rigged, but yeah.
It was not. Many people studied it, including Republicans. It was thrown out of court like 60 times. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's where the bros are. But why that happened, I completely understand. Because to your point about transgender, it's not just transgender. The far left, what we call the woke, they seem to embrace every sort of like obviously, aggressively anti-common sense thing. So that people, like regular normal people, a lot of them don't follow politics that closely, but they go, these people just seem to be so deliberately counterintuitive to common sense. Mm-hmm. Like, you really want to put this hulking trans woman, but obviously looks like a very large man on the woman against women swimming and things like that. And they just go,
absurd.
I can't let people who have this worm in their brain, whatever that worm is. Bobby Kennedy's not the only one with a worm in his brain. I just can't let those people take over this country. And I totally get that. It's one reason that the right does not hate me, even though I call them out on their shit just as much and never stop calling Trump out on his shit. Because I recognize the craziness on the other side too, and I call them out on their shit just as much. It's just that if I had to balance the two, the left shit, yes, is still less fundamentally, existentially threatening. And it actually affects way less.
The left just got too, like the woke shit got too far. You know what I mean?
And it is bad. And it has affected lots of people. Just not as much as if we never really have an election again. And a lot of the other stuff.
What do you mean by that?
Like I just said.
There'll be no more. What do you mean there's no more elections?
When a Democrat loses, like Kamala, like Hillary, they go away. They understand there's a winner and a loser in elections. You think if Trump lost this last one, he would have just accepted it?
Probably not, yeah.
Right.
I don't think that's a right issue. I think that's just a Trump issue.
Trump is...
Like if J.D. Vance loses, if he runs next year, he'll probably shake hands and move on like a gentleman. But it's Trump.
That's possible.
That's what you get.
That's possible. But Trump is the right now.
Yeah.
So
but I think that's just a Trump issue. That's just what you get.
That's a very sanguine way to look at it. That's possible. I'm not going to say that's not possible, but expecting a very rosy future based on that may not be.
Kamala was pretty, let's say, respectful, obviously, like the way she handled it, but let's say it was like that Ilhan Omar girl that ran or something.
Well, she's not going to be the...
Or AOC. I bet I could see them saying it was rigged too or something, or having like a bit of a hissy fit. Ilhan Omar would not accept the results.
Ilhan Omar is not going to be the Democratic nominee for president.
But I'm saying there's different people in each parties that might throw a little bit of a fuss if they don't win.
A little bit of a fuss is different than what they have done, what they tried to do in 2020. And by the way, he knows that.